Hey everyone, thanks for tuning back into mattsteinway.com. So the iPhone/iPad app is released, and I wanted to run you through it, just the instructions on how to use it, or the best that I know anyway. I've been with Kieran today. We've already got about 4 or 5 updates that are going to be the next step for this, but for the moment it's taken a while to actually get it out there and to use, and so yeah, basically ready for people to use. So we've got it to that point. Now I'll just show you this. You might want to flip that screen. Jimmy's behind the camera again. Hey mate.
How are you going?
Good. Is the microphone on? Mm-hmm. Alright, so on here is the screen, the goal screen. So this is the screen that you use mostly. What? No. Okay, this should have been one I prepared earlier. So this is the screen that you will use mostly. Now, what the basis of this is I score, most high performers that I know score themselves. Alright, so every day they keep themselves accountable, and they set a certain amount of prospecting calls they'd like to do for the day, certain amount of market opinions, certain amount of buyer calls, whatever. So whatever you want to get out of the day, that's what they score themselves on. And I've done this myself for years and years. Jimmy's done it for years and years. The reason that I created this, first off, is because I used to do it on paper all the time and then have to transfer that to a spreadsheet, and sometimes I would forget, or I'd lose the paper, or I'd be driving around, I've left the paper at the office, so that's why I went and did this. So basically the screen at the front is your period, so up here. So having used this myself just over the last couple of days, I think it's best to do weeks, so you don't have to change the period too much. So I'm going to do it in week blocks rather than day blocks. So you can keep the period there. I find this a little bit like having to set it every day, bit of a task. So that's why I think week blocks is good. And then you're going to have all your numbers relate to your weekly numbers, and you just obviously press the 1, 1, 1 as you achieve them. Down the track, Kieran's come up with an idea today that we're going to have a bar that moves across here and helps you gauge how close you're getting to your target. All right, so that's going to be in an update later, hopefully. He's going to work out how to do it and how to implement that. Now, you can change these. You can add them and change them to whatever you want. The groups that come with the app, they're just groups I've put in there, so you can get an idea on how that sort of looks and feels, okay? So have you got any questions around this, Jimmy? Jimmy's just downloaded it yesterday himself, so you let me know if you've got any questions that people might be thinking as well. So next one. So down the bottom is the menu, and on here is the reports. So what you can do, you can put any date in there, so start date, end date, and then create a report. I don't have one there, but let's do one for a minute, just so we can get a sense of this. So it's May 19. So we'll do today is the start. Yeah. And then we'll do 20th of May. So that's tomorrow, isn't it? 20th of May?
Yep. So
when you do that, a little calendar thing comes up down the bottom, and then you just go done. So to make the time frames, you just click on the start, and then the calendar thing will come up, choose it, and then click done, and then this one will come up, touch the end date, and then again the calendar will come up and click done, and then you can go create report, and the report that's created is that, so it tells you what your target was, what your actual was, and the percentage of completion that you've created for those targets. All right. Now this top part here where it says time frame user selected, we're going to lose that. All right, that one there, we're going to not worry about it, because when you hit it, there's a pre one that comes up down here, like last quarter, last month, I think, last quarter, last month, last week, today. That might appeal to some people, but Kieran was saying we sort of don't need it with these time frames that are in here. So don't worry too much about that one, just do that. All right, now on this screen as well, you've got email here, and you can hit that, and it will come up with your report that you can email to your buddy, or email to your manager, or whoever, all right? I've got in the back end, I'll show you, or in the back, I've put Brent's in here because Brent's my accountability partner. So every week, where's his email? Yeah, at the top. So every week, it will just automatically send to Brent when I hit email and send. So if I send that now, it just says your thing was sent. Okay, and that's easy. And then the next one is periods. So this is why on this part here with periods, this is where the time frames that you want to choose to work within. That's why I reckon a week's better, because you can just set it for the week, lock it in, done, and away you go. Now when you hit current, so, or it might be the next one. Oh yeah, so you just, obviously that's pretty self-explanatory. They're the time frames that you want to work within. You could do a month if you wanted to. And the last one, on your periods one, you've got, when you have a few in there, I think it's on that one. Yeah, it is. No. Sorry. If I knew how to use it. Yeah, sorry, there. On your period screen where you've got current, so what will happen with all the periods that you make over time, because it collates all the information, there's a little database in here that puts it all together and keeps it, and you can recall last year, you know, a 6-month time frame and compare it to this year if you've had enough info. But what will happen is over time, you'll have lots of periods in here. So you'll just scroll down and you can look at any periods that you want to, and that's how it stores them. I'm going to come up with something that stores them a little bit better over time, so it's not, you know, a big massive list, but Kieran will work on that later. So that's like little updates that we're going to do as we go forward. Now in the back, the last part, which is the details part, this is where you put your own name in there. You put the email address of whoever you want to send that report to. So Brent is in there for me. So that's who sits in there. If you wanted to send it to someone else later, you just change that. And this is where you change your groups. So I've got market opinions. And if you don't want that, you can just delete it and then change it to something else, or delete it altogether. Or you can click on here. So you can click on the actual bar and the keyboard will come up and you can rename it if you want.
Can you put multiple email addresses in? Or just one?
I don't know. I'll finish this, I'll come back to it. Jimmy just said, can you put multiple email addresses in it? I don't know. We'll have a look in a minute. Okay, now, so just put your groups in there, what you want to get out of every day, whatever it may be. And then down this bottom, this is another thing Kieran's going to change soon, is this one here. It's create a new one. So how you add groups is you go to the bottom one and it's got, I'll just go back. It's got add new target here. No? And then that will come up. You can rename it, enter it, and that becomes a new group for yourself, and you can put the number in there. So that's pretty much how it works. Basic but effective if you use it right. Can you put multiple email addresses in there? I don't think you can. So that's going to be an update. All right, I'm going to speak to Kieran. We're going to make that an update so you can put multiple email addresses in there. Now, how do you, this is something that I worked out last night. If you're in here and you make a mistake, so if you'll notice when you're hitting the button, 1111 whatever, and if you make a mistake, you just hit the bar and hit the bar and the keyboard will come up. All right, and then you can go there and delete the number and move it back one. So that's how you change it if you hit the one too many times. Make sense, Jimmy?
Yep.
All right, it is a bit of a funny thing. We're going to change that also, because sometimes you miss the one and you hit that. Hit that. You miss the one and you hit the bar and the keyboard comes up. Little bit of a funny one. So we're going to make it so you slide your finger across and that comes up. So it's just a little bit more. What do Kieran call it? A little bit of a different gesture. What else is there? I think that's about it for now. We're going to move this to the bottom also, so you just have your numbers at the top. Eventually what we're going to have is it will automatically go to each day or each week or each month that you choose. So if you choose weekly, every week it will just keep clicking over, so you don't have to choose the dates anymore. But these are all updates just from the last 2 days since we've been using it, and as you know, you don't really know how they're going to work until you start using it. The key to this, even though there's things that are going to be changed and we're going to improve and whatever, just start using it, because this is the basis of forming good habits around building consistency in your business. This is what it's all about. So if you can work out what you want out of your day, put it in here, make sure that you remember to tap the numbers in, and you watch what happens over a month or 2 or 3, how you start to, it almost feels funny if you're not doing this. And that's where you want to get to. It's really easy to buy this, use it for a while, the novelty will wear off and maybe you won't use it anymore. But I can tell you the #1 thing that I have seen between each high performer that I've seen over the years, interviewed, not just interviewed, but know personally and seen, they all keep themselves accountable. This is what drives their day. So start using it, and I'm committed to making this the best accountability, KPI accountability app there is out there. And yeah, because I use it myself. That's why it's so motivating too. Can you zoom out a little bit? It's like way in. So let me know if there's any questions around this. I don't think there's anything else I need to cover right now. I hope you like it. You know, I hope you get a lot out of it. And like I said, either in the blog post that I put yesterday about feedback there or here, just let me know all the feedback as we go. We'll create a list, and bit by bit we'll just keep making updates. And you know, you can download them as soon as they're done. All right, anything else, Jimmy, that you'd like to cover?
That's it. Question
of the day today. What's your favorite Jimmy video? Question of the day. What's your favorite Jimmy video? All right, look forward to speaking to everyone really soon and seeing you on the next video.